What's up, guys? I'm John. I'm the creator of this YouTube channel. I also have an Instagram account, which is also World War II _ USMC. I just run these pages because I think it's cool about the whole Marine Corps collecting things. Cool. I like informing the public about Marine Corps items. So today I prepared a video. I'm actually working on something here real quick. But I'm actually preparing a video showing you all about Marine Corps helmet covers in World War II. So I'm just fixing this one up here. The chin strap fell off, the liner chin strap. In World War II, the Marines used two types of helmets. They had the M1 helmet, which is, you know, your regular steel pot, like this here, just like that, steel pot, you know. And then they also had, I think the correct name for it is the M1936, the Kelly helmet, which is the World War I style, the brim out here, but it's got an updated liner, and the chin strap looks like a M1 helmet chin strap. Very early in the war, Wake Island, Bataan, and even a little bit in Guadalcanal, the M1936 helmets would actually be used by Marine or Army. If you actually look at a lot of Bataan pictures, the guys captured, they got the really wide brim, you know, like trench helmets like that. Oh, and Pearl Harbor, of course. But even in Guadalcanal in 1942, there were still a couple of units, Marine units, that were using the Kelly helmets, is what they call them, the M1936. So, but most of the guys were equipped with M1 helmets, and eventually the M1936 got all circulated out, kind of like Springfield's. You know, early in the war they were used, and they got circulated out by the Garand. Anyway, in 1943, the Marines went to helmet covers. Very early 1943, even in Guadalcanal, late in the part of Guadalcanal, they actually used a couple of helmet covers. Now, every Marine unit would be outfitted with these. You could be 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, or 5th Marine Division. Yeah, okay, 6th too, yeah. They played a good part in World War II. But yeah, 1st through 6th Division, you know, they used them from 1943 to the end of the war. You'll see pictures, though, with guys without them, without the helmet cover, just the bare steel pot. Now, anyway, I'm done talking here. I'm going to show you my two M1 helmets outfitted with covers. One of them here, the earliest style here, is the first pattern. And the other one I have here is a 2nd or 3rd pattern, depending on what you want to call it. It doesn't actually have like an official name, but you can call it 2nd or 3rd because there are two 2nd pattern types here. Now the first pattern, this is how it was. Just 4 pieces of cotton stitched together in HBT, Army HBT fabric. Now these here, they are reversible. There's a brown side to it, actually. I'd show you, but I don't really want to take the covers off of these because I like them how they are. I don't want to disturb the history too much, you know. But this is pretty much what was outfitted from 43 to 45. There's no official date when they, what pattern was made first. No one's actually sure. It could have been the 2nd pattern or the 1st pattern. It's not 100% sure yet, but anyway, that's how this was. It's just completely bare. You see how that is. Now here, I'm going to pull out this 2nd pattern, or 3rd, depending on what you want to call it. This one has got these little holes in it called the foliage slits. That's what they're called. They're stitched on there. You see that? Right there. Very obviously stitched. That's how these are. 2nd pattern, that's when they started doing this. And then the third pattern, or the 2nd pattern variant, you'll see here, it's got foliage slits right here. If you'll see that one, right where my finger is. It's questionable what that's for, but some people say that it's for if you want to really get your helmet cover tight, you tie a string to it, and then you make it tight, and then you stick it in your, stick your liner in there, and you have a very tight helmet cover. But I'm not exactly sure what it's for, but that's what they say. And it seems better than any other explanation I could give. Now, these helmet covers, they were made from 1943 to 1945, and I think 1953 to 1955. So you could possibly be buying a Korean War helmet cover, and you might not even know it. So that's what this video really here is for. Or you could be buying a fake. You don't know that. Unless you get this stuff. But, so first pattern, they never made anything like that in 1953 to 1955. So if it has no foliage slits, it's probably okay. But it could be fake. So here, I'm going to show you what a real helmet cover has. Now check this out. These two rows of stitching, they're parallel because the machines they used, it was two, looms like this, whoop, and they stitched it down the middle to form the two pieces of the helmet cover together into one. Now, the fakes, sometimes one will be straight and the other might be kind of, wobbly, I guess you could call it, because it's fake. It's not how they did it in World War II. And in Korea, for that matter. In Korea, they also had the same parallel stitching like that. Now, in Korea, they made this type, the third pattern, and I think maybe the second pattern. And I think most, if not all, the Korean War helmet covers had a big eagle, globe, and anchor stamp here and on the reverse side, on the brown side, or beach side, whichever you want to call it. If you have one of those and it's a World War II produced cover, it has significant value loss. You might have a $700 helmet like this here, but with that stamp, you might be bringing it down $450, $500. That's what it might be now. So you really want to be careful because it was almost always a lot of the times they really stamp the covers post-war in Korea. It's debated whether the eagle, globe, and anchor stamp is actually something they did in World War II Korea, but I don't believe that it was done in World War II. I've never seen any pictures, and I have a big database up here, up in my brain. A lot of pictures I've seen, none of them have eagle, globe, and anchor stamps. Now here, this is really the if your helmet cover does not have this, it is fake or it is Korean War era. This is very important here. Now listen up. The stitching here, if you'll see that, it's what they call a sawtooth. Right around the edge here, you see that? So it's like sharp. It looks like little triangles. That is real right there. That is 150% legit. That is not fake. And now notice the stitching color too. It's a very light color, tan kind of. In Korea, they used a darker brown, so that should also be an automatic red flag. Or in the fake covers, they don't really match the stitching too well. Now here, if you'll see right here, right here on the green side, how that's like loops and they're actually closed. That is how Korean War helmet covers were on both sides. Now, the World War II covers only have the stitching on the green side or the jungle side, as you can see here. That is just something they did. So that is the easy way to tell if your helmet cover is fake, real, or Korean War. Now, the Korean War, the helmet covers made in Korea, I think they always have a blue anchor overall stamp, and there's this company who made the helmets in the helmet covers in Korea. So they usually say like blue anchor overall company. Then below that, it'll have like a manufacture date from like 1953 to 1955 or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. Kind of collect Korea. But there's also another thing that they didn't do ever in Korea or World War II. They never stitched little holes for the chin strap. So the Marine, you would actually have to cut holes. As you can see here, those are frayed off pretty good, and it's not very perfect looking. But the Marine had to cut holes if he desired to, in the chin strap to put his, in the helmet cover to put his chin strap through. Now, if you see here, that's what I'm saying, if he desired to. That's why I'm saying that. This one here, that is just where, if you can see where it's stitched, right along the edge here, you got that loopy stitching there going on. That is just how the cover's made. This Marine decided, no, I'm not going to cut holes in the cover. And that's why it's kind of loose there. See, I could actually pull that down quite a bit. There's a lot of slack left on that. So that's why Marines would cut holes in the cover for their chin strap. Now you also see a lot of pictures of Marines with M1 helmets without covers, M1 helmets with camo paint, and really in the Pacific Theater, it was mostly spray paint that they used to camo their helmets up. Hand paint was not was not seen that often, but there were also nets every now and then. That was kind of rare, but you wouldn't see a little 1/4 inch British net, obviously, because it depends actually if you had a helmet, say someone fighting with the British, maybe he took it off of a British helmet or something. But yeah, generally nets were not seen with the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps, excuse me, not Corps. Yeah, but I mean, really, if you're going for a Marine look, this is what you want. You want this helmet cover. Now, by itself, a helmet cover, depending on if it's World War II original, it can really be worth $300-400. They're very rare and very expensive. If you want a helmet with it, if you want a fixed bail, it'll probably cost you $700-800. Like this one here, I got this one for only $3, so that was actually a really, really good deal. And really, if you want a swivel bail with a cover, it might cost you $500-600. But now condition is everything too. So I mean, if it's in awful shape, you can obviously get a better deal. If it's pristine, kind of like this one here, you'll definitely get a different price range there. So that really concludes my whole video on M1 helmets in the Marine Corps, at least M1 helmet covers in the Marine Corps. I'm hoping you guys are going to benefit from this. So, hope you guys keep up with my channel. And that's all I got to say. Thanks, guys.